Hello friends, I'm Mishra, a cybersecurity professional and a pen tester. So as you guys all know me, I'm a self-taught hacker. Today in this video, I'm going to cover how you can learn a great deal of hacking, how you can get into cybersecurity, and how you can get started into cybersecurity, pen testing, and bug bounty hunting. In this video, I'm also going to introduce you to one of the greatest of all time hacker, and he's very helpful. You can learn a great deal from him. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Here is the greatest of all time hacker in the world. Yes, you guessed it right, it's Google. The reason that Google is such a great hacker is because you have tons of information and you can learn a lot from it. So without wasting any more time, let's get started on how you can learn cybersecurity and pen testing from Google. So if you see here, this is a normal Google search. But what I want to show you guys is how you can use advanced search features and get exactly what you want. So let's open a new tab and navigate to google.com/advanced_search and enter it. Now as you can see, we have a different menu, right? So first of all, I want you to see what kind of features are there on this web page that you can use. So you can search from file types, you can search from usage rights, and other things are like, for example, let's assume I want to find a good article about SQL injection or maybe DOM XSS, I don't know. Let's go with SQL injection. So all these words, so I want my search result to contain SQL injection and I want it to contain testing for SQL injection. So testing should also be there, like, because we need to learn how to test, right? And even if it contains any of these words, so like in here you can say security vulnerability and none of these words. So we don't want any paid content, so we'll add buy or like purchase, because we are only looking for free sources for SQL injection, right? So let's hit enter. Observe the search results and observe how it is changed. So it contains SQL injection, security or vulnerability. Then in double quotes you're seeing testing for SQL injection, and with a hyphen you're seeing minus buy and minus purchase. So let's just see what happened here. It minused all the search results that contained buy or purchase. It only showed those search results that contains on the page testing for SQL injection. So suppose I open this website of OWASP or this of digital defense, it will contain this particular statement. Yeah, the testing for SQL injection statement, something that we enter here in double quotes, right? So as you can see that this page contains the statement that we enter here in double quotes, and we have minus the search results that contains buy or purchase. In our search result, either there is a security or vulnerability, or there can be SQL injection. These are not a must in our search results. So yeah, this is pretty much it on how you can use Google as a search result Google as a tool to find new sources. Now, you don't always need to navigate to google.com/advanced_search page. You can directly use it from here, right? So if I want SQL injection bugs, so I'll just write SQL injection and in double quotes I'll write testing for SQL injection and I'll minus the word buy purchase. So what am I getting? I'm getting almost the same results, and yeah, so you can directly use it. These are known as search operators, so anything you put into double quotes will be must in the search result. Anything you put after a hyphen will be subtracted. So if a search result contains buy or purchase, that will be subtracted in the search results, right? And along with this, let's say you want to read a book let's assume that you are a really Kindle reader and you only like reading books. So what you can do is just add another operator, file type colon PDF, and once you enter that, now you have a full-on results with only PDFs containing tons of information about SQL testing for SQL injection, right? So all of these PDFs will also contain testing for SQL injection. That's something we enter here in the double quotes, right? So in the search result, it must be there, right? Like this. This is pretty much it. This is pretty much it for finding SQL injection. Now let's assume you're also wondering, well, Ninad, can I search from a particular website that's really good? So let's say we want a particular website. So let's say I want to search for the PDFs containing SQL injection. So I'll use this, right? And after using this, if I want to curate it and get results from only one side, I'll use, let's assume we want Black Hat. So now we have it, site colon blackhat.com, SQL injection, file type PDF, and you have this great resources from blackhat.com in the file format of PDF of SQL injection. So these are all from Black Hat, and they all have PDF and they all have SQL injection in them. So that's pretty much it on how you can learn. I hope that you are now good enough to Google new vulnerabilities and learn more about themselves by using Google. Now we're gonna learn and see how we can use Google for finding vulnerabilities on a website or on a target. We're also gonna see about Google hacking database from ExploitDB. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So first of all, there is a database which can help you find vulnerabilities using Google, and that is known as Google Hacking Database. It's also known as GHDB. So in this Google Hacking Database, you can see all of these docs, and then you can click on him. For example, let's see this doc in title index of config.php. So here in title is a search operator, and so search operators are anything that are in title, site, file type. So here in title as a search operator, what it's doing is in all the results the title must contain index space of, and by adding double quotes of config.php, we are implying that in the index there shall be a config.php. So if you search this, you'll see that you are able to get some results which contain directory listing on the real world websites. For example, all the results that you see here contain a directory listing as they contain index of inside the title. And yeah, so you are already finding a vulnerability that's known as public directory listing, or directory listing enabled on tons of websites by just using this particular search result. Now I'm gonna show you how you can use these kind of docs more targetedly. So for example, let's assume we only want sites that have this, but we want to limit it to only particular set of domain. So we'll add a site star.gov here, and after that we are able to see all the government websites that are containing public listed data, and directory listing is enabled on all of these government websites. You can also refine it and target a particular country. For example, if you use site star.gov.pk, you'll only see websites that end from gov.pk and containing public directory listing. So yeah, that's one way of it. Other thing is, apart from these docs, if you know how these docs are exactly working, then you can create your own. For example, let's say I want to find a sensitive information disclosure in government websites. So what I'll search for is site:star.gov. Then I'll target and get creative. I'll use file type XLSX. So I'm able to see all the XLSX listed on .gov domains. Now, still there is nothing that I'm sure can be sensitive here. Now I'll add one more thing. For example, I might add phone number. Now we are able to see phone numbers on all the XLSX containing phone numbers. So apart from that, I can also get creative and add confidential here. So I'll only see the Excel sheets that contain the keyword confidential in them. So this is how, for example, these are the confidential sales Excel sheet, and yeah, you can look tons of documents if you just use Google correctly. Now, so we are done here regarding finding vulnerabilities using Google. Lastly, I want to show you one good doc. For example, let's say you're targeting star.gov and in the double quotes you enter @gmail.com here. Now you have list of Excel sheets that contains emails, and yeah, chances are you can find something sensitive here. So yeah, that's how we are finding XLSX containing @gmail, and we are finding it on star.gov domain. Google can also be used for subdomain enumeration. Yeah, it's pretty weird, right? So let's say site:/twitter.com. Now, using Google subdomain enumeration can be pretty tricky. So you'll add site:/Facebook. You are able to see that we are able to find some subdomains out of here. And yeah, these subdomains are completely different, but yes, we can also get some search results regarding this. By using site:/star.facebook.com, we are able to see some subdomains that are third level subdomains because they contain proj.code.facebook.com or like m.tls13.facebook.com. So yeah, we can also use Google for finding new subdomains sometimes. Other than that, we can also use it for finding PHP files, XML files, anything that will help you target the web application. So let's assume we are targeting government domains and we use the operator file type XML. So in results you'll be able to see all these XML files, and sometimes you can use PHP to see all the PHP files, and then you can test the parameters. You can also use search operator in URL that will help you in finding very niche vulnerability. So now as you can see, we are searching, and like in URL I have added an operator in URL redirect. So I'm targeting a redirect parameter, and every result that's coming up will have a redirect parameter with them. So this is a PHP file. As you can see from our search results, we added a site:/.gov, then it's a star.gov domain with a file type :PHP, with a file type index.php, and in URL contains redirect. So yeah, in URL there is a parameter that is redirect, right? So that's how you can use Google to find very niche vulnerabilities and very specific web functionalities. Every search result that we are seeing will contain a redirect parameter here, and a PHP file and the domain that we specified, that is .gov. So yeah, that's pretty much it right now for finding vulnerabilities using Google. You can use Google for finding internship or a job in cybersecurity. So let's say you want to get hired as an intern or as a fresher in pen testing or cybersecurity field. So we'll use keyword pen testing, hiring, fresher, and let's say you're like me and you really love remote jobs only. So remote. After using these keywords in double quotes, you're able to see all the job listing that are internship level, that have remote. So these are the things. Now, whoa, wait a second. Of course, Quora never helped anyone finding anything, let's be honest. So we don't want results from Quora. Let's subtract that. Minus Quora, -Quora.com. So if we add -Quora, we are not seeing Quora.com. Now, let's say we also don't want anything to do with Y Combinator or some other websites. Yeah, Facebook, who's gonna use Facebook for getting a job? So -facebook.com. I don't know about you guys, but I really don't like Naukri.com while looking for a job. So I'll also subtract that. As a result, what you guys are seeing is we have a search result that contains jobs and that contains pen testing, hiring, fresher, remote. So yeah, these search results contain pen testing jobs. They might be requiring experience or not based on the requirement. But one thing we are sure of is that the results contains pen testing and the result contains freshers. Now let's say we change it to internship. Let's get even more creative and just add pen testing internship in a single operator. Now every search results we are gonna see will contain pen testing internship. So yeah, now let's see how many things we can see. In the search results, we already have a listing and they're already hiring for pen testing internships. So that's how you can use Google for finding job listings and other stuff as well. Bonus tip, you can also use Google for searching for cache of a website. So for example, let's assume Facebook is down or like another website is down. So you can simply enter cache facebook.com or the page URL here, and after you hit enter, you'll be able to see the cache version of Facebook. You'll be able to see the cache version of Facebook simply by navigating to cache:target.com. So oftentimes you might have encountered this, like when you're searching and you're seeing a search result but you're unable to access that website. You can use Google Cache to access these kind of pages that have been removed very recently or that have been down unexpectedly. Along with using cache, you can use another website, that is archive.org. Archive.org allows you to view any website's history and what it was like before. So let's see how LinkedIn looked like in 2010. So if we see the snapshots of LinkedIn on 2010, this is how LinkedIn looked like. And this was about 2010. So this is interesting, right? Now you can find some cool things here. You might be able to find some secret APIs, some parameters, some endpoints that might still work. Of course, it's a long shot. But yeah, this is how you can use archive.org to navigate to the history of a website. So guys, hopefully in this video you have learned that how you can use Google for learning cybersecurity, how you can use Google for finding vulnerabilities and how pen testers use Google, and how you can use Google for finding a job. Apart from that, we also learn that how you can use Web Archive to view the history of a website. So if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm planning on putting out a lot more content, and hopefully it will all be informative and help you learn new things about cybersecurity. Thank you.